I am the wizard, and after many months of painstakingly trying to get this role, I now have a plan. I want to kill people. However, that would be too good for them, so instead we're going to force them to kill each other, and then kill them anyway. We start by selecting from our arsenal of Amish magic. The only important item for now is the bottle of blood, a single-use consumable that summons a slaughter demon. You can pause the video to see the rest of my selected spells. After summoning the demon, we quickly follow a spectating player to see where it spawns so we can prepare. As soon as we teleport in, we look the nearest chemist straight in the eye and we tell them, we are here to help. Of course, I was telling the truth and would shortly begin helping create new job opportunities in the medical field. The second most important spell, Mind Swap, allows you to exchange bodies with any creature within touching range. Normally this would be difficult to pull off because demons can teleport around rapidly, so it's very tricky to get close to them. I'm at the This here is why you don't let meth addicts claiming to want to help into your workplace. We now control the demon's body, receiving all of the benefits and drawbacks. We have increased health, damage, as well as demon abilities. The drawback is we are incredibly slow. There is, however, a slight issue. Most spells require a hat and robes to cast. If you were paying attention earlier, you would have noticed that all the spells we purchased can be cast without robes. This means we can cast them in demon form. Due to an oversight in the code, this also means we can cast them while blood-jaunting. This turns us effectively immortal, and we are completely free to do as we will. Shortly after zapping, blasting, and cursing the head of personnel, we move on to the second phase of the operation, mental torture.
I'll do anything, I'll do whatever it takes to...
Demons, much like politicians, have the ability to whisper dark messages to the crew members' minds while in blood-jaunt. Unfortunately, the overwhelming majority of people ignore these messages because typically the demon cannot punish you for not listening. This poor BSO has no idea what his inaction is about to cause. Before you feel bad for this person, remember, they are a BSO player, and I am the flaming sword of Islam, sent to punish them. Similar to the BSO, the single-cell organisms known as security officers are resistant to critical thinking. But don't worry, this isn't an issue. By continuing to explode officers who refuse to listen to our messages, we're removing the most peaceful people from the line of duty in order to foster an environment of bloodthirsty maniacs. I spare the BSO, but not out of mercy. He has forgotten to say salam before entering security and therefore has sinned against the laws of Islam. In other words, he deserves this. Next up is the cruel despot of security, known only as the Warden. The Warden indeed hears my messages, but they think themselves above blackmail. After attempting to shoot an incorporeal, invisible, and invincible enemy, I explode their friend in front of them to see if they have learned their lesson. But before I could finish them off, I hear a terrible and wicked sound.
The emergency shuttle has been called.
The crew has called the evacuation shuttle 7 minutes into the round. This is a sin so great, your honor can only be restored via ancient Japanese rites. I quickly face the AI core to punish it for being a little bitch. Shortly after that, I use advanced gaslighting and girl bossing by threatening genocide to get the NTR to recall evacuation. And you know what? The plan worked. If you ever see a character named Prowler Orican, call them a hero, then ask why they were in the Ottoman Empire in the early 1900s. The BSO tried calling evac again. Stop. It's quiz time. When confronted by a powerful magic entity in a helpless scenario, what do you do? MRP server, by the way. A. Make a deal with the entity. B. Bide your time and trick it to find a way to fight back. C. Taunt it, then cry about Murderbone in dead chat. Or D. Find a way to call anti-magic ERT. Feel free to select multiple answers. Alright, let's see what our contestant shows. Having culled just about every security officer that refused to engage with my gimmick, the real fun now begins. We start in the kitchen, where our first loyal subject immediately succumbs to the influence of chaos and agrees to sacrifice his co-worker. A few people try to help, but they are all quickly shut down. That is when a security officer makes a grave mistake and calls me out by my name. Using tricks I learned from the CIA, I immediately inject his brain with crack and get him to do a mass shooting. Messing with the security officers remind me of our friend the Warden, so I pay Sec a visit. For the Warden, a simple deal. Shoot this lawyer, and you get to live. Unfortunately, security players tend to play as Mary Sues, so we are tragically forced to act accordingly. It would genuinely be great if more players, went with bad things happening and actually roleplayed, instead of just, disengaging completely. Even this 3-hour brand new janitor managed to do better than the security team. I should become more Chinese. Next up is the bar. For anyone who doesn't know, I have a burning hatred for Pun Pun. After our first agent fails to complete his task, we turn our gaze over to the bartenders. We tell them both that only one gets to live, the one that slays the wicked beast. One of them gladly takes up the task, the other picks their nose. You know, I tend to find that CMOs are also pretty bad about engaging with other players. I messaged this guy 20 times before I blew him up. Here's another one. I counted, and I sent them the demon message a total of 18 times, and it got ignored every single time. And then, they go and they expect me to give them a chance at combat.
Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Whoa!
Oh, and by the way, this entire time, the demon I mind swapped at the beginning, he's alive, and he has been looting and killing anyone who gets in his way. He's gone through the captain and several others, and his only goal is just killing me. Normally, I rightfully rag on both IPC and Brig mid players, but this one was actually pretty great. When I was watching the replay, they were also just a solid player. Props to them. I messaged them when I saw them saving the security officer earlier, and they immediately fell into madness and started going crazy. Okay, but imagine walking up on this as a civilian. Goddamn. I also had to get rid of this horse because it reminds me of the friends I lost to the Gotcha Slop horse racing game.
Hate, let me tell you how much I've come to hate you.
Addiction is real, and there are resources for you if you need help. When evac finally arrives, I spend the next few minutes flooding the entire shuttle with terrible and violent thoughts. The results, I think, speak for themselves. Hey everyone, quick channel update. I have a game server and a Discord server now, and it's based on a dystopian setting and giving Antags the freedom to do a lot of the gimmicks I do and really pushing for player creativity. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out in the description. Then if you let me know if you like this new form of content. It takes a ton of effort to go through and, write the script and voice and everything. So if it's not a vibe, if it's not what you want to see, let me know so I can go back to the old form of content where it's just silent. And finally, I would love to thank our Patreons. They've been helping fund the new server I'm trying to start, and it's only because of them I've been able to actually make progress on it. So thank you guys so much. I'm actually legally bound by Patreon to say all the names, so I'm going to do that real quick.